Hi, in this lesson we're going to learn the names of the notes that correspond with your tapes, which is also our first finger spacing pattern. Now if you're just beginning and you don't have tapes on, it's a really good idea to start that way because it's important to develop this muscle memory. And even if you already have a musical background and have a good ear for intonation, developing the feel of the hand, it takes time. And having tapes to show where to put the fingers is a great way to start. And then once you've cultivated that feel and are playing in tune relatively consistently, you can take the tapes off. Okay, now let's start on the G string, and we're going to go up. So to quickly review, the pitch of our lowest string by itself is a G, and it looks like this on the staff. Okay, now I'm going to put my first finger down on the first tape, and I went up a step in pitch. Okay, this is an A. Okay, and I'm going to put my second finger down on the second tape. This is a B. And now my third finger down on the third tape, and this is a C. Now this is a half a step away from the B. Okay, so in terms of violin fingering, a step is when we have a normal and natural space between fingers, and a half step means that the fingers are placed close together, basically touching. Okay, and the degree to which they touch depends on a few variables, like the width of the individual's fingers or how high up the fingerboard you are. But ultimately, of course, the ear dictates just how close they go. And for now, they should just be lightly touching. Okay, now we're ready for the pinky, and this note is D, which is the same pitch as our open string D. Okay, so now when we put our fourth finger down, okay, the length of the string that's vibrating now, okay, is at the same frequency as this open D string. So they are the same. It's just the G string has a deeper and richer tone color. Okay? Now we cross to the D string. Okay, and then the first finger on the first tape is an E. Okay, the second finger on the second tape is a step away, and it's an F sharp. Okay. Again, this isn't a theory course, so I won't go into why it's called F sharp. It's just one of those things to memorize. Okay, the next note, again, is a half a step from the F sharp, and it's a G. Okay, and now we've made it through a whole octave. Okay, we started on the open G, and we arrived at another G. Okay, and here's why they have the same name. An octave is the distance between two notes with a unique relationship in that the vibrational frequency of the upper note is double that of the lower note. And so basically it's vibrating twice as fast, which makes it sound higher, but so similar that to our ears it sounds the same. So simultaneously we hear this quality of sameness, but we also hear the distance. So it's a very fascinating phenomenon, really. Okay, now I'm going to play the top G. Now I'm going to play them together and listen to how they blend. They blend in, and you can hear that it's really the same quality of note. But it's very important to play them in tune, to hear that sameness. Now, just to demonstrate, I'm going to play the open G with a note that's very close by, and you can hear how it's very definitely not the same. I'll play the F sharp. You can definitely hear they're not the same. So it's really important with these intervals that have a 2-to-1 frequency ratio, or as we like to call them, octaves, that playing them in tune is crucial to making them sound the same. Okay, now we're ready for the fourth finger. okay, which is now an A. And it's an octave above this low A. And it's also the exact same note as the open A. Okay, and now for our next note, we're on the A string now. First finger on the first tape is going to be a B. That's the name of the pitch. Then second finger on the second tape is C sharp. And third finger on the third tape is D. And then this D, along with the open D string, produces an octave. And it's a good habit when you're learning where to place your fingers to use these octave intervals, the ones produced between the third finger and the adjacent open string, as anchors for intonation. Okay, and now we're on our last string. I'm sorry, we're on the pinky, the fourth finger, which is the same as our open string E. Okay, the first finger on the first tape of the E string is an F sharp. Second finger on the second tape is G sharp. Third finger on the third tape is A. And yes, you're right, it forms an octave with the open A. And now our last tape for the E string is a B. And we play that with the fourth finger. Okay, now all this might seem a little confusing at first, but don't be daunted. All you have to do is persist. We have charts that you can download. And the best way to learn the names of these notes is to say the note name out loud before you play the note. And you can make little drills for yourself and just practice one string at a time. Say the note name and then play the note. And then you can switch up the order. Like you can say B on the A string. D. Go back to B. C sharp. D. E. B. But it's a good idea to say the note name out loud. That sort of imprints it on the brain and you'll learn it faster. Okay, thank you.